Hey guys, I want to do a video on about treatment with body dysmorphic disorder (BDD), and then I want to share an experience that I had today. So, treatment can be a little bit different for everybody, based on like what they have, because a lot of people have like OCD and bipolar disorder and BDD, and that would be treated. I'm not a doctor, but that would probably be treated or could be treated differently than someone that has just OCD um, or or personality disorder and BDD and OCD. So I mean, so people can have BDD and not have OCD, which is what my therapist told me. But I have OCD and BDD, and OCD drives my BDD, so that's what I'm familiar with. So yeah, medicine and psychotherapy is the suggested treatment for this, for OCD and BDD. But some people that have OCD and BDD, they don't need the medication; they just need the psychotherapy. But then there could be someone that has OCD and BDD, and they need the medicine and the psychotherapy. So it's different for everybody, in general. So yeah, so if someone has bipolar disorder and BDD and OCD, then they probably need medication and psychotherapy too. So there's that. So it can be different for everybody. So I would highly recommend finding a therapist, um, and talking to your therapist about your treatment plan, and you know because that's what I did. Once I found a therapist, we started talking about like what I had, and, like my diagnosis. So I was even diagnosed with ADD. My therapist diagnosed me, so it was pretty cool. So yeah, okay. So with BDD, there's like a, I don't know what to call it. I'd say a healthy way of thinking called mindfulness, and that's what I learned from my therapist. Now I'm gonna give you an example of that right now. So experience, I woke up this morning. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna shave my head because I like how it looks with the beard. Um, so I shaved my head, and I was like, I'm wearing a hat today, so why not? So I walked outside, went in my car, and brought my dog with me, and drove to a restaurant called Qdoba, a Mexican restaurant. And it was warm out. I said, "Oh my God, now I'm not gonna wear my hat right now. It's too warm out." So I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna walk inside, and this is what happened." So I walked in, I said, "Oh my God, okay, now I'm having so much anxiety that people are staring at at the scar on my head." Um, and I wasn't wearing any hat, and I was wearing a shaved head. So I'm like, okay, all right, I'm feeling anxiety. I woke up this morning feeling anxiety for no reason. So this is the same anxiety that I was having this morning. I'm just feeling anxiety. So this is the mindfulness perspective, my perspective. Um, okay, I'm feeling anxiety. I'm gonna walk in. Okay, people are staring at me, but that doesn't mean that they're staring at my scar. Some people might be staring at my scar, but it doesn't mean that they're thinking anything negatively about it. People are just staring at me. So mindfulness is just seeing life as it really is. So instead of assuming like, oh, everyone's staring at my scar um and is thinking that I'm a disgusting, ugly person because of it, and they're looking down on me because of it. Um, it's mindfully, I would be like, okay, people might see my scar, and if anything, people might stare at it because out of curiosity. Um, but some people might not even notice it. Big deal. I went there. I said, okay, what am I gonna focus on? Okay, I'm gonna order my food. Ordered my food, got my food, and left. Walking out, I did feel like a lot of anxiety. I said, wow, what? Because I did see someone stare at me. I'm like, okay, that person stared at me. I stared at him. So I wasn't thinking anything negative about that person. And if that person did notice my scar, big deal. Um, that's it. They're probably just curious. Doesn't mean that, then I walked out and went in my car and I went home. So outlook, BDD perspective would be, I was so attractive in my car and I was attractive at home, but as soon as I got there, everyone was staring at me and my scar, and um I was just visualizing it and people staring at it, and everyone was looking at me because I was so ugly. And I went to get food, and then as I was walking out, everyone was staring at me, and they were staring at my scar. because it's so noticeable. It makes me feel so ugly. It makes me look so ugly, and everyone's disgusted by it. Um, then I went home and I drove home, and on the car ride home, I felt like everyone was staring at me when I was driving. When I pulled up to a red light, I feel like people were just staring at my scar. See, that's different perspectives. Like one perspective, how things really are, or what I believe things really are. Well, all right, let me rephrase that. Mindfulness perspective and BDD perspective. So they're both completely different. Um, so basically, mindfulness, you're basically, as I said, you're seeing life as it really is. And it takes practice and repetition, but you can change your brain. Just, you can start today. Find a book on mindfulness or something, but that's what I mean. So find a therapist. I highly recommend find a therapist and then talk to your therapist about your treatment plan. So uh yeah, that's about it. This is my first take at making this video, and hopefully I don't have to make another one if I don't like this one, because I'm gonna watch it. But so yeah, be safe, and take care, and be happy, and stay blessed.